It's time for Dixie State University Athletics on Radio Dixie 91.3 KXDS Santa Clara. DSU Athletics on Radio Dixie 91.3 is brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln, your neighborhood Ford dealer. We hear you. And now, it's time for DSU Athletics.
Welcome to Radio Dixie 91.3. Tonight, two teams are on the opposite end. Opposite direction when it comes to the RMAC standings. The Trailblazers of Dixie State coming to this game with winning 3 of their last 5, but 10th are in the conference standing. While the Mavericks of Colorado Mesa coming to this game currently perfect in the RMAC standings and lonely at the top of this RMAC standings. Hello, everyone. I'm Martin Kelly. Welcome you into another great night of Trailblazer basketball here on Radio Dixie 91.3. Do apologize about the little mishaps and miscues here. I'm just a little bit, it's been a long day. But let's get to some Trailblazer basketball tonight. Dixie State, who, two teams that are having a different season. We had a chance to see Colorado Mesa earlier this year. Colorado Mesa competed in the Dixie State tournament earlier this year with the women's basketball team. It was Dixie State, Western Oregon, St. Martin's, and Colorado Mesa who were in attendance to that one. Colorado Mesa finished that tournament 1-1 with a win over St. Mary's, 66-54, but then lost the next day to Western Oregon in a 69-64 loss. And ever since that loss, they've been on a tear through the RMAC and through their overall schedule. 13 straight wins, 11 straight wins in the RMAC. They have been on an absolute tear through their standings, and they just are a really good basketball team. I'm going to get into more about why, but this team has had a good start to their season. Hopefully, they can carry that momentum into the second half of the season and stay atop of the RMAC standings and have that number 1 seed going into the RMAC tournament. Flipping to the other side with the Trailblazers of Dixie State, of late, they've been playing some really good basketball. 3 out of 5 in the last 5 games. They won 3 games out of the last 5. They've been able to play very well. Mariah Martin is still out nursing her high ankle sprain injury that she got during MSU Denver. So she hasn't been added back into the starting roster. They started her working out in practice, see whether she can put some weight on her or not. She looks okay. It doesn't look like she'll be back this weekend, but definitely next weekend or the weekend after that when the home games start coming back over here, she will definitely get into those games, and hopefully we'll see her on the sideline again playing in the red and white. But getting back to Dixie State, they've won some good games. They won over Chadron State and MSU Denver. That was their home stretch a couple weeks back. They swept that. But some tough losses. They lost to Colorado Christian last week, 76-61, a bad loss there. And then a loss earlier in the season during coming back from the winter break. They lost to Colorado School of Mines, 86-83. A comeback performance for that team, but they were not able to finish it off that night. So, some good wins, some bad losses will eat up your schedule. But if the Dixie State Trailblazers women's basketball team can get some late wins in the last part of this season, I think they can turn around and still get in the top 5 in the RMAC tournament. Now, jumping more into these storylines, Dixie State, 3 out of 5 wins. Colorado Mesa on a 13-game winning streak since they lost to Western Oregon back in November. They swept everybody in December. They did not look back. They swept their own Christmas tournament. They come into the start of the month of January on a tear through it, and they hope to have that same momentum going into the month of February. It is a very favorable schedule for them. We'll see if they can turn it around in that part. But over to Dixie State, again, I mentioned they've been without Mariah Martin for the last this would be the 4th game they've been without Mariah Martin, and the team has been played fairly well. It isn't perfect. They shot 35% from the 3. They shot 42% from the field and 76% from the free throw line. Not bad numbers. Not numbers you're gonna lose a lot of games on, but numbers that you can keep staying in the hunt, and games that you can kind of work your way in. Keep yourself in the hunt, maybe steal those games up late, but definitely this team is missing Mariah Martin in 2 ways, and only 2 ways. One, when it comes to the leadership role. She is a junior on this team. She'll be a senior next year. She brings a lot of leadership. She brings a lot of to the plate. She is a big-time player for this team, and also her shooting ability. Mariah Martin was averaging just a little bit over 14 points per game when she went down with her injury. She was also averaging more than 4 assists per game before she went down as well. I think if she can come back in the next couple weeks, I think this team can get off to a really good hot start and can actually turn this season around and possibly get a really good spot in the RMAC tournament. We are only hoping. God, please help us here today. Now, quickly, over to the Colorado Mesa side of this. Colorado Mesa, I mentioned it again, 13-0 in the RMAC standings, 14-1 overall, 11 straight wins, 11-0 in the RMAC. They're 14-1, and they've won 13 straight since their loss to Western Oregon. This team is more defensive team than offensive. Let me explain. They aren't the best shooting team. They shoot only 35% from the field. They only shoot 32% from the three-point line, but they are the best team in the RMAC when it comes to the free throw line. They shoot 82% a game. This team does not miss free throws. They do not miss that chance to take those free points, take them, and run with them. They don't miss those chances at all. They capitalize on those. And when you can play solid defense, this defense is ranked top 5 in the RMAC standings and can shoot from the free throw line of 82%. You can shoot. You can have a bad night from the field or from the three-point line. If you can get shots from the free throw line and get a solid defense, you're going to cause disruption. You're going to be able to stay in ball games, and you're going to be able to steal those games late. And they've been able to do that. They've been in close games all year long. They really haven't dominated games. But when it came close to crunch time, this team was able to go in, steal a game, either where it was in on the road or at home. They've been able to do it, and they've been able to do it successfully. That is the biggest thing with this team. Now, as we inch closer to tip-off is at 5:30 tonight. That means just in about 4 minutes, under 4 minutes, we're going to get this tip-off underway. Obviously, I'm going to give you the starting lineups, a couple keys to the game here. Now, this may sound simple, but I like to keep it simple because I don't think you have to complicate the game of basketball. It's basically shooting the ball, getting in the basket, rebound the ball, get it back in the basket, make sure you have enough points at the end of the night. But we all make it complicated. But I think for Colorado Mesa, it's to stay red hot. You're 11-0 in the RMAC. You won 13 straight since your last loss. That was back in November. That was during Thanksgiving time. We were thinking about football, not basketball. And this team slipped right under the radar and is now completely taken over the RMAC standings when it comes to the women's basketball standings. This team is on a tear. If they can keep this red-hot feeling going tonight, they're at home tonight too. If this red-hot feeling can keep going, this team can ride it all the way to the end of February and get ready for the RMAC tournament, and that is going to be a team you're going to have to watch out to look for. This team could go into the Division II to the Division II March Madness dance and can make some noise. I would not be surprised if I was to hear about this team being in the Elite Eight or Final Four. I would not be surprised. Flipping it over to Dixie State. Dixie State, keep momentum on your side as well. But what I mean by that is to keep the momentum enough to where Mariah Martin can come back. If Mariah Martin can come back and this team keeps winning a couple games, splits this weekend, they have Western Oregon tomorrow. We'll also have the game live on Radio Dixie 91.3 as well. If they can keep that momentum riding and then take that, go 1-1, come back home, go 2-0 possibly, go 4-0. They have 4 straight games at home. If they can get some type of stretch going before Mariah Martin comes back, I would not be surprised if this team makes some noise in the RMAC tournament. I don't know about making some noise in the March Madness. I don't know yet. I have to see a little bit more. But I'm buying that this team can make some noise when it comes to the RMAC tournament. That I'm buying. But they need Mariah Martin to come back, and they need her to come back strong. That is going to be the key to this team to winning some games late. I promise you that. That is the only way this team is going to be able to see some wins and be able to make some noise in the right places. But we're going to get into more of that later at the postgame show. I'll talk about their upcoming schedule. I'll talk about, obviously, a player of the game, but I'll talk about how long of a stretch that RMAC schedule is going to be. Most of the games coming up for Dixie State are going to be at home. I'll mention all of that. So we're going to see how much of that is really going to affect this team when it comes to the RMAC standings. Finally, as we got just a little bit under 2 minutes and 50 seconds until this game gets started, a couple picks. I'm going to give my pick tonight. Obviously, I am here on the lone call today. I will be your color commentator. Obviously, I'm doing the pregame. I'm doing the halftime. I'm going to be everybody tonight. I'm just the Iron Man, man. I just get it done. That's all I do. I'm going to pick Dixie State. Now, yes, that's a controversial pick. Obviously, mentioning Colorado Mesa over and over and over again. They're undefeated in the RMAC, and they haven't lost since Thanksgiving. But I think Dixie State has seen enough from this team. They watched them when they were here in the Dixie State tournament. I watched them as they went up against Western Oregon. And I watched them against Colorado, against St. Mary's. They weren't blowout wins. They were close wins with some controversial points at the end. This team isn't going to scare you with offense. This team is going to scare you with defense and try to play mind games with you. And that is the way they win games. There's no other way to say that. They win games with playing with the mind. And that is how they're going to get away with a win tonight. I'm taking Dixie State. I think they win this game 76-69. I don't even think it's close when it comes down to the end. I think if Dixie State can stay in the hunt, stay in the fight, don't let up, keep pushing the gas pedal, keep working it, they're going to get this win. There is no way, absolutely not, that I do not see them losing this game tonight whatsoever. We're going to take 1 minute timeout here. We're going to be right back with the start of this tip-off game between Colorado Mesa Mavericks and the Dixie State Trailblazers.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Dixie State Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln at 145 West Hilton Drive in St. George and at stgeorgeford.com. Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln, your neighborhood Ford dealer, and the title sponsor for all DSU athletics on Radio Dixie 91.3.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. As we got a great tip-off game for you tonight. We got a doubleheader for you tonight as well. The Dixie State Trailblazers are visiting Colorado Mesa, the Herd, up in Grand Junction, Colorado tonight. We're going to have both games here live on the air. I'm going to do my very best to give you as best of a game as I can. I can only do so much, but I'm going to try to do it all for you Trailblazer fans out there. Let's get you some starting lineups here for your Trailblazers of Dixie State. Rochelle Blaser will be starting the point guard position. Lisa Van Capen will be the starting center on this team. Kelsey Stevenson will be the starting small forward. Morgan Myers will be at the shooting guard position, and Allie Franks will be your starting power forward for the Herd of Colorado Mesa. Number 0, Sophie Anderson will be their starting point guard. Number 3, Danella Turner will be their starting shooting guard. Kelsey Higgins will be, not her, Natori Jostin. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Will be their starting forward on their team. Saria Nicole, I'm having the mumbles here in Radio Dixie 1.3. They're going to be their starting, Sierra Nicole will be their starting power forward, and their starting center will be Karina Brandon will be their starting center on the team. They're just about getting the national anthem just underway. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. If you are just tuning in right now, Colorado Mesa, the Herd, and the Dixie State Trailblazer. I'm going to try to get all the butterflies out of my stomach before this game gets underway. We got a good game coming right underway. They're about to get tipped off here in just a few minutes. Good game getting matched up. Again, I will mention that we got a doubleheader tonight. The men's game will be right afterwards. This is going to be a fun one today. I promise you this. 10 minutes have been put up on the board. Dixie State, Colorado Mesa, about to get this underway. Let's try to mumble on here just a little bit more as I have a little more dead air time. I'm going to try to fill it as much as I can, and I'm kind of doing a bad job at it. But, oh well, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, I did mention that Dixie State comes in this game. They're 3 of 5 in their last one. So the last win came against Regis last week. They won that game 74-70. They lost to Colorado Christian the night before. Not a bad win for the team and not a bad loss, but definitely something that this team is going to have to work on, trying to get more momentum and trying to get ready for this RMAC tournament. It is crucial for this team to get ready for that tournament. If they can get a top 5 seed, this team is going to have a lot better of a stretch going into that tournament. If you get lower than 6, it is going to be an onslaught. You're going to have to go against some of the best teams. I would be a little afraid to see Colorado Mesa early. This team has been really good defensively. Not the best offensive team in the RMAC, but defensively, wow. Can this team play defense? And again, I mentioned it before, this team can shoot at the free throw line like no other team. This team can stay in the hunt, stay in games, and it's even scarier about that stuff. It is just ridiculous. So they're playing some videos for Colorado Mesa. They're going to get this game underway. Okay, I got a little bit of mishap here. Not too bad. I just got the wrong starting lineup for Colorado Mesa. Let me correct myself there. Jalen Duran will be their starting shooting guard. 21, Sydney Brandon will be their starting point guard. Number 44, Kelsey Simmons will be their starting center. Number 25, Karina Brandon, I did not get wrong, will be their starting center. And number 24, Kylie Rigby will be their starting small forward on that team. Good thing I fixed that. Good thing I saw that. We got a good starting lineup for you guys today. Obviously, I'm still rambling on here. They're just getting the teams announced right now. Again, if you're just tuning in, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to have a great one tonight. Awesome game tonight. Yay! I'm still mumbling on here. As the teams get ready to line up, warm up. Colorado Mesa Grand Junction's getting underway here. They're getting fired up there. Dixie State's got their lineup out. Colorado Mesa got their lineup out. We're about to get ready here. It is a good, gorgeous afternoon here at Dixie State University. Looks like a good, gorgeous crowd on at Colorado Mesa. There's a lot of good things going on here. Hopefully this is a good game and a very good competitive game in order. Dixie State's in their all black with red trimming with black lettering numbers. Colorado Mesa will be in their all white jerseys with maroon numbers and maroon trimming all the way around. Lisa Van Capen and Kelsey Simons will be getting lined up ready for this tip-off as we get this game underway. 10 minutes have been put on the clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Let's get going. As Dixie State will steal the first tip-off, Rochelle will give it off to Lisa Van Capen. She's on the top of the key. Back over to Rochelle Blazer. She's going to try to drive to the left side. She'll give it back to Kelsey Stevenson. Back to Lisa Van Capen. Back to Blazer. Back over to Morgan Myers. She's on the left side of the three. Over to Kelsey Stevenson. She's going to try to drive to the basket. Back over to Morgan Myers. She's going to take a three on the left side. No good. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa as they'll bring it up. 21, Sydney Brandon is going to get credit for the rebound. She'll bring it up herself. She'll be at the top of the key next to the logo. Rochelle Blazer's all over her. They're going to give it back over to Jalen Duran. She's on the right side of the three, guarded by Lisa Van Capen. Now they're going to give it over to Kaylin Rigby. Back over to Jalen Moore. She's going to take a three, and it's good. 3-0 is the lead here as Rochelle Blazer bring it up. 9 minutes just left to go here on the first one. She'll drive to the left side, give it off to Morgan Myers. Back over to Van Capen, back to Myers. A lot of ball movement with this team. They try a lot to give it off. Frank's on the right side. No, back to Myers. Back over to Kelsey Stevens. She's on the top of the key. Back over to Frank. She's going to try to drive to the free throw line. Back over to Myers. Myers is going to drive it in. No, she won't get it up. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa and brought back down. Brandon's going to bring it down. He's going to give it over to another Brandon. Karina Brandon's going to give it back to Sydney Brandon. Both Brandons on the team. I'm going to try to remember which ones. Sydney giving it back up to Katrina. Back over to Rigby. Rigby takes three. No good. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa. She loses it there. Rebounded there by Dixie State. Kelsey Stevens is going to keep it and give it off to Rochelle Blazers. Rochelle, Blazer looking over to the bench, looking for the call. She's at the top of the logo. Team is getting set up. Gives it over to Lisa Van Capen. Back over to Blazer. Blazer loses it there for a minute as Colorado Mesa will bring it back up. Sydney Brandon gives it up to Katrina Brandon. Back over to Rigby. She's on the left side of the three. Now they lose it there, and it will stay with Colorado Mesa. Number 15, Jalen Duran is going to take it out. Kelsey Stevenson all over. Going to give it back to Rigby. Back over to Moore. Moore is going to take a three. No. Rebounded there by Dixie State. Excuse me, Duran. I'm going to try to remember these names by the end of the night, but Rochelle Blazer brings it up. She's at the top of the key. Back over to Van Capen. Van Capen going to take a D3 on the left side. No good. Rebounded there. Oh, no. Colorado Mesa has it now. Sydney Brandon brings it up. No, but there's a foul. Lisa Van Capen drove her left side straight into Sydney Brandon. She went up. Both of them collided together, and Sydney Brandon went down just a little bit harder there on her side. Hopefully she's all right. Sydney Brandon coming to the line. On her career, she's 79% from the line. This season, she has an 81% free throw shooting percentage. She is on fire when she's at the line. Sydney shoots it up, and it's good. She's still shaking up just a little bit. She looks like she'll be all right. She's going to battle right through it. She'll get the first one, but she'll miss the next one as Rochelle Blazer to bring it up. 4-0 is the lead. 7:20 left to go here. Kelsey Stevenson has it on the left side of the 3. Back over to Van Cave. She's at the top of the key. Back over to Stevenson. Back over to Myers. Back over to Stevenson. She's going to take a little jumper. It's good. 4-2 is the lead with just 7 minutes left to go here in the first one. And Sydney Brandon is going to drive it straight up the middle of the court. She'll give it up back to Katrina Brandon, but back over to Sydney Brandon. She's going to try to fight through that pain. Jalen Moore now has her. Sydney Brandon's going to give her a screen there. Allie Franks all over her. Back over to Sydney Brandon. She's going to bring it to the top of the key. Gets a little screen there by Katrina Brandon. Back over to Sydney Brandon. She's on the right side of the 3. Rigby going to try to take a 3. No, she comes in and takes a little jumper, and it's good. 6-2 is the lead here early with just 6:30 left to go here in the first one. Colorado Mesa leading this game by a 3. Back over to Kelsey Stevenson. Gets a little screen there by Lisa Van Capen. No, back over to Myers. Back over to Stevenson. Stevenson back over to Van Capen. Van Capen thinking twice. Gives off to Allie Franks. Allie Franks going to try to drive it. No, she loses it there for a second. Gives it back over to Myers. Goes up. No, and no foul is going to be called. Dixie State looking for a foul. There will be no call. There was a lot of body movement on that one. Should have been, but it won't be. Durant going to try to drive a little jumper there, and it's good. And the foul is going to be called. 8-2 is the lead here with Jalen Durant going to the line. Allie Franks is going to check out. London Pavica will come in for her. Durant going to take her first free throws of the night. Durant lines it up. And it's good. 9-2 is the lead. Blazers will bring it down. She's still at the top of the key. Now moving to the left side. Gets a little screen there by Kelsey Stevenson, trying to get away from Sydney Moore. No, she won't. Blazer gives it out to Myers. Back over to Van Capen. She's in the paint. She's going to try to drive it. No, she loses it there for a second. And a jump ball will be called. Colorado Mesa looking for the foul call as she was wrapping, as Lisa Van Capen was on the ground wrapping up Sydney Brandon. No foul was called, but the ball will go back to Colorado Mesa as they still have the lead here. 9-2 with 5:40 left to go. Brandon gets a little screen there by Sydney Brandon. Back over to Rigby. Back over to Simmons. Back over to Sydney Brandon. Sydney Brandon going to try to drive it. No, she loses there for a second. No, but Katrina Brandon got the rebound. Back over to Sydney Brandon. She's going to try to drive it. No, back over to Katrina Brandon. Back over to Sydney Brandon. As I'm able to keep up with this. Sydney Brandon going to try to drive it. No, back over to Simmons, and good for the 3. 12-2 is the early lead here with 5:09 left to go here in the first quarter. Dixie State has digged themselves a 10-point dig, 10-point hole here. They're going to have to dig themselves out of it. Let's see what they can do. Kelsey Stevenson over to Morgan Myers. Back over to Van Capen. She's on the free throw line. She's going to try to drive it. Back over to London Pavica. London Pavica is going to try to drive it. Back over to Van Capen. Over to Rochelle Blazer. Blazer's going to try to drive it. No, back over to Pavica. Back over to Kelsey Stevenson. Shoots the 3 and it's good. 12-5 is the lead. The lead goes from 10-7, just like that. 4:30 left to go here. Back over to Sydney Brandon. Now Jalen Durant has it. She's going to drive it on the right side. Draw it all the way to the basket. Tries to put it up. No, she'll think twice. Back over to Simmons. Back over to Durant. She's on the left side of 3. All the way half court pass over to Sydney Brandon. Sydney Brandon going to try to go over a screen by Katrina Brandon. No, she'll give it up back to Simmons. Simmons going to take a little jumper. No, it's no good. Rebounded there by Morgan Myers. Myers will give it off to London Pavica. Pavica on the right side of the 3. Gives it off to Lisa Van Capen. Back over to Morgan Myers. She gets a screen there by Van Capen. Over to Blazer. Over to Myers. Back over to Pavica. Pavica going to drive it all the way to the basket. Kicks it out to Kelsey Stevens. She's going to take a 3 on the corner. No good. But rebounded there by Lisa Van Capen. Again, Kelsey Stevens is going to take a little jumper on the left side. No, it's no good either. 12-5 stays the lead. 3:40 left to go here in this first quarter as I hit the mic with my hand. Michelle Blazer guarding on Sydney Brandon. Back over to Moore. 3:20. Durant takes a 3 all the way deep, Steph Curry type level, and it goes in. 15-5. The 10-point lead is back at it. 3:19 as Dixie State is going to take a timeout here, a 60-second timeout here early. We're going to step away for the 60 seconds as well. Be right back here on Radio Dixie 91.3, Trailblazer Nation.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3, home of the Trailblazer Nation this season. Dixie State is in action against Colorado Mesa. They're in Grand Junction tonight. Colorado Mesa leading this game early, 15-5, a 10-point lead for Colorado Mesa as there's only 3:19 left to go here in this first quarter here in the first half. Lineup changes has been added. Maddie Loftus and Cameron Mooney are on the court now with Kelsey Stevenson, Morgan Myers, and Allie Franks, as Maddie Loftus will bring it down for Dixie State. Mention again, Dixie State is in the all-black tonight. They got red trimming on that one as gray lettering as well. Colorado Mesa in the all-white tonight with maroon lettering all over them and maroon trimming. Foul is going to be called on Colorado Mesa. Mesa also throws in some subs. They have number 33, Tori Cartlett, is going to be on the court, and it looks to be that is the only change for them, as Rigby, both Brandons and Duran are staying on the court as well. Maggie Loftus gives it up to Cameron Mooney. It does not work. Out of bounds there. Catlett, not Cartlett. Catlett gets the deflection there and sends it out of bounds. Loftus on the inbound. Gives out to Frank. She's on the three-point line. Thinking about taking a three on the left side. No, she'll give it back over to Pavica. Pavica going to go over screen there by Allie Franks, and she'll get the blocking foul there. Sydney Brandy is going to get called for the foul, her first foul on the afternoon. It will not be 2 shots at the free throw line. It will be an inbound play as well as subs come in. Number 5, Katrina Chandler is going to check into the game now. She's going to take out Rigby out of this one. Loftus gives out to Frank. She's on the inbound. She's a little deep paint move, and she gets it in. 15-7 is the lead now. The lead is now down to 9. Durant gives out to Rigby. Shoots it. No good. Rebounded there by London Pavica. She'll bring it up herself. Pavica trying to get a little slippery there. Gets a little screen there by Cameron Mooney. Gets it up, and it's good. 15-9 is the lead, while Colorado Mesa takes an immediate 30-second timeout here with 2:25 left to go. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here. Be right back with more.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. Again, if you are just tuning in right now, Colorado Mesa and Dixie State women's basketball team are underway right now, as the Lady Herd and the Lady Trailblazers are underway. 15-9 is the lead early here with 2:25 left to go here in this first quarter, as Colorado Mesa will bring it in themselves up the court. Katrina Brandon will give it off to Chandler. Chandler over to Katrina Brandon, back over to Duran, back over to Chandler, back over to Rigby. Rigby going to drive it all the way to the basket. No, in and out. Rebounded there by Cameron Mooney. She gave it off to London Pavica. She missed the pass there. It'll go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Colorado Mesa. Cameron Mooney got the rebound there real quick. Was trying to get it off to London Pavica, who was on the move, going to take it up the court, and she lost it there. Rigby going to inbound it. Gives it off to Chandler. Chandler going to drive it over to the right side of the 3. Back over to Duran. Back over to Chandler. She's going to be back at the top of the logo. Gives it off to Katrina Brandon all the way to the basket, and it's good. 17-9 is the lead here. 1:44 left to go. Pavica gets a little screen there by Allie Franks. She's going to try to drive it all the way to the basket. Kicks it back out to Morgan Myers. Back over to Allie Franks. Allie Franks going to drive it all the way. No, she kicks it back out to London Pavica. Pavica trying to get it into the front. She does. Cameron Mooney, and it's good. A little no-way pass there to Cameron Mooney. Cameron Mooney just puts up a good layup there, and it's good. Cameron Mooney's first 2 points of the afternoon is now 17-11. And a good move there. Katrina Brandon puts it back up. I lost track of the play there, but 19-11 is the lead here. 105, Colorado Mesa still holding on to a grip tight lead here. Allie Franks on the left side of 3. She's going to try to drive it all the way to the basket. No, it's no good, but she will get the foul. Katrina Brandon, the senior forward from Las Vegas, Nevada, is going to get called for her first foul this afternoon. London Pavica, who shoots 69% from the free throw line, is going to the line now. Shoots her first one. No good. Excuse me, it's Allie Franks. Not Allie Franks. It's Allie Franks at the line, not London Pavica. London, I got her mixed up with London. Allie already has 2 points on the line. She's trying to get her third one. Puts it up, and it's good. Rochelle Blaser is going to check into the game now for Kelsey Stevenson. Blaser all over Chandler. Brina now has it. Back over to Duran. Back over to Chandler. Back over to Brandon. Back over to Duran. London Pavga all over her. Help over there by Allie Franks. Brandon at the top of the key. Gives it over to Chandler. Back over. She's at the top of the key. 37 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Chandler going to take a little jumper. No good. Rebounded there by Morgan Myers. 27 seconds left to go here. Shot clock is turned off. Dixie State can hold on to the ball. 22 seconds left to go here. Pavka trying to drive a little time on the clock. Franks now gets it. Pavka now has it. Gives it out to Cameron Moody. Trying to get it in. No, it doesn't work. 10 seconds left to go on the clock. Duran brings it up. And it looks like it'll be a turnover. Looks like she double dribbled, and the ball will go back to Dixie State. They have about just 6 seconds left to go all the way to the full court. Got to go 94 feet for just one simple basket. 19-12 is the lead here. Gives out to Rochelle Blanchard. Blanchard going to try to do it all the way to the court now. Gives out to Franks. Franks trying to get a little clean shot there. She takes a three at the buzzer, and it's good. Oh, what a shot there. 19-15 is going to be the score at the buzzer. Allie Franks with an amazing shot at the buzzer to end this first quarter. 19-15 is the lead here for Colorado Mesa over Dixie State. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout here and be right back with more to recap the first quarter on the Trailblazer Nation.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. I do have to make a correction. I made a mistake early in the game thinking there was a 3 and when it was actually a 2. It does not go against Dixie State. I promise you that. It goes against Colorado Mesa. The lead is now actually 18-15 with just the second quarter getting underway. So we got that out of the way. I got my correction made. Now let's get back to basketball here. 18-15 is the lead with the start of the second quarter as Colorado Mesa will start with the ball. Sydney Brandon checks back into the game. Number 12, Saria Nicole checks into the game now for Colorado Mesa. McNicole will be a challenging name tonight as Duran takes a three. No good. Rebounded there by Lisa Van Capen, who also checks into the game. Maya Loftus is still in the game. Kelsey Stevenson now checks into the game for Dixie State. I'll try to get the full starting lineups in just a minute as Lisa Van Capen tried to go up for a shot. It looked like it got blocked, but now they're going to call a foul on Sydney Brandon. It'll be her second of the afternoon. Lisa's going to take 2 shots. She's 79% on the year. Lisa shoots it up, and it looks like it rolled in and out. They panned the camera away. Lisa's reaction was like, might have gone in, might have didn't. I'll see what happens when they bring the scoreboard back here in just a minute. She missed the first one. She made the next one. 18-16 is the lead. 9:17 left to go here, and this is starting to become a very good one here. Let's see what happens as Sydney Brandon brings it up for Colorado Mesa. Brandon looking around. Gives it off to Duran. Back over to Brandon as both of them are looking to the sideline, looking for a call. Rigby and Simeon also check into the game for Colorado Mesa. Rigby gets a screen there by Simeon. Back over to Brandon. Brandon just takes a wallop-in three, and it's no good. And it will be a turnover. Shot clock violation as Colorado Mesa was just playing with the clock. Was not able to get a shot off. And now a turnover. Dixie State's going to get it. Loftus is going to bring it up. 2-point lead for Colorado Mesa as they were leading this game by 10. Franks tries to drive it over the basket. Picks it over to May Loftus. Takes a three. No good. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa. Durant's going to bring it down. She's on the left side of the three. Back over to Brandon. She's on the top of the key. Gives out to Nicole. Nicole. I was going to call her Nicole. Back over to Brandon. Over to Simeon. Simeon takes the three. No good. Rebounded there by Nicole. Nicole brings it up. No good. Rebounded there by Rigby, but she couldn't get it in. Now rebounded by Dixie State. Loftus brings it up. Loftus do a little couple moves there. 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Back over to Van Capen. Back over to Loftus. Back over to Franks. And the ball keeps moving back over to Loftus. She lost it there for a second. No, it's going to stay with Dixie State. As Colorado Mesa was arguing that it was their ball. As subs will come into this game. Number 0, Sophie Anderson checks into the game for Colorado Mesa. And number 4, Rochelle Blasher checks into the game for Dixie State. Stevenson, Van Capen, Blazard, Franks, and Myers are on the floor for Dixie State. Simeon, Anderson, Nicole, Brandon, and Duran are on the floor for Colorado Mesa. Blazard gives out to Stevenson. Stevenson making a little double move there. Now back over to Van Capen. Back over to Myers. Gets a screen there by Van Capen. She loses the ball for a second. It's taken away. No. Almost taken away there, but it's given back to Dixie State as there will be a kicking foul there. It looks a little interesting as the ball was on the floor. Everybody was just fighting for it, and everybody was going on top of it, and nobody could get it. And finally, there was a kicking foul called on Dixie State as London Pavlica will check into the game now. Show by 3-point lead for Colorado Mesa. 7:09 left to go here. Brandon over to Brandon. Katrina Brandon checks back into the game. Sydney Brandon tries to get it to the basket, and no, she'll get 2 shots at the free throw line. Sydney Brandon is going to go to the line. Well, Rochelle Blazard will get called for her first foul of the afternoon. I did mention also in the pregame, Mariah Martin out for the 4th straight game this season. She hasn't missed more than 3 games in her career. This will be her 4th game out with a high ankle sprain injury. Team is hoping she'll come back for next week's home stretch for next week, first week of February. Hopefully that'll happen as Pavlica will bring it down. Gives out to Van Capen. Van Capen going to drive it all the way to the basket. She lost it there for a second. Katrina Brandon comes up with a rebound. Gives out to Sydney Brandon. Brandon going to try to drive it all the way to the basket. No, Rochelle Blazard stops her. Gives out to Simeon. She's going to take a 3. And it's good. 26-18. The lead is now back to 8. 6:30 left to go here in this one. Blazard gives it out to Stevenson. Back over to Franks. Franks gets tripped up there for a second as Katrina Brandon is going to get called for her second foul. Number 12, Sierra Nicole. I'm not going to try to butcher that name anymore. Checks into the game for Katrina Brandon. Lisa Van Capen thinking about taking a 3. No, she doesn't take it. Pavlica gets it. She's going to try to drive it on the left side. No, gives it back over to Blazard. She's going to try to drive it. She loses it out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Colorado Mesa. As Dixie State's 4th turnover just in this first half. They average about 15 turnovers a game. I talked to Coach J.D. Gusson this week about those. He said they just got to get more mentally structured on trying to make sure they don't turn the ball over here in late games. 6:08 left to go. So I cursed myself earlier as the earlier 3 is now counted as a 2. I looked at the scoreboard, it said it was 26, and now it says 25, so I correct myself yet again, and this one is I make another mistake. Oh well. Loftus checks into the game now. She'll bring it up. Takes a deep 3. No, it rolls in and out. 28-18 is the lead now. Hopefully everybody's got these 3 or 2s corrected as Rigby's got an easy basket as it's 30-18 lead as Dixie State's going to take a timeout here. One of their first 30-second timeouts tonight. We're going to keep it here as I did not know until I saw it tonight. Nicole Yahtzee, she's one of the assistant coaches tonight, is the head coach tonight for Dixie State. I did not notice it for a second there. I noticed her on the sideline. She's usually active on the sideline with Dixie State all the time. Did not notice she was coaching tonight. Congratulations to her on her first coaching night. Hopefully she gets a win, but she's gonna have to try to find a way to get Dixie State out of this hole as they're down by 12. They were down by 10 earlier. They would have cut it to 2. But we're not able to get over that hump to get the lead or tie the game. There's only 5:30 left to go here in this second one. Hopefully, Coach Yahtzee can find a way to get this team fired up and stay in the hunt and get back in this one. As Colorado Mesa, I did mention, they're one of the best defensive teams in the conference. Not one of the best shooting teams, but one of the better defensive teams. And they find a way to just mentally play with your mind, and it's frustrating when your team trying to do that and you're trying to compete in games and they're just all over you, all over the defense. Allie Franks brings it up for Dixie State, gives out the Van Cave, back over to Franks. Franks going to try to drive away the basket. She gets it one, no good. Rolls out. Sydney Bryant's going to bring it down for Dixie, for Colorado Mesa. Back over to Brandon. Brandon looks to the sideline. Over to Simeon. Back over to Brandon. Durant's going to take a three. No, in and out. Rebounded there by Loftus. Loftus going to bring it up. Gives out to Stevenson. Back over to Loftus. Back over to Van Capen. Back over to Franks. Back over to Van Capen. Van Capen going to take a three. No, in and out. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa. So I hit the mic yet again. Brandon going to bring it up. There's only 4:26 left to go here until halftime. Chandler gives up to Durant. Back over to Simeon. Back over to Durant. Durant going to get a little screen there. She's going to take a deep three. No, in and out. Rebounded there by Sydney Bryant. It's going to stay with Colorado Mesa. Sydney Anderson is also in the game for Colorado Mesa as I look at all the players on the court. Back over to Chandler. Back over to Simeon. Tries to give it off to Anderson. It will just go out of bounds, and it will go over to Dixie State. Franks gives it off to Loftus. Over to Loftus. Over to Franks. Over to Franks yet again. Takes a little jumper. No, in and out. Rebounded there by Morgan Meyer. She puts it back up. No, it'll roll in and out yet again. Sydney Brand is going to bring it up. Back over to Duran. Back over to Brandon. So they just play hot potato. Maggie Loftus all over her. Over to Duran. She's got a quick jumper, and it's good. 32-18. The lead is now up to 14. Maddie Loftus brings it up. Tough stretch here for Dixie State. They've gone about 5 minutes without a basket here. Loftus gives out to Van Capen. Van Capen over to Loftus. Gets a little screen there, kind of trying to drive it. No, gives out to Franks for a three. No good. Sydney Brand is going to bring it up for Colorado Mesa. 2:45 left to go here. 14-point lead for Colorado Mesa, 32-18. Sydney gives it off to Anderson. Anderson trying to move around. Gives it off to Durant. She's going to take an open three on the right corner, and it's good. 35-18. 2:23 left to go here in a second. 17-point lead. As there looks to be a timeout called, or more so, it looks like to be an immediate timeout here. As we're going to step away for just 30 seconds here on Radio Dixie 91.3. Be right back with more.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. You guys caught me there for just a second. 17-point lead here for Colorado Mesa over Dixie State. 35-18, 2:19 left to go here in this one. A bit of a kind of getting closer there, just looking like a blowout, but hopefully Dixie State can find a way to get back in this game. They were down as much as 10. Hopefully they can find a way to get back in this one. They were down to Colorado Christian as much as 14, and they're able to get it down to just 2. And with Regis, they were down as much as 10, and they were able to fight their way back in that one and still win there. Franks will give it out to Van Capen. Dixie State gets the ball out of the timeout. Gives it out to Pavica on the left side. Pavica going to drive it. No good. Almost rebounded there by herself there as well. London Pavica almost gets her rebound. Sydney Brandon going to bring it down. Franks all over to Chandler. Chandler now has it. Back over to Rigby. Rigby guarded by London Pavica. Pavica, she's going to drive it all the way. No good. Rebounded there by Lisa Van Capen. Pavica going to bring it down. 1:45 left to go here in this one as the second quarter winds down. As there is a foul called on the court. Looks like a pushing foul against Anderson. I do remind you, as soon as this second quarter is over, we're going to have the halftime show here on Radio Dixie 101.3, home of the Trailblazer Nation. right afterwards. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, be right back with a halftime show, and then we'll get the second half underway as fast as we can. As Pavlica will bring it out. She gets a screen by Allie Franks and pushed out of bounds there by Sydney Brand. She batted the ball out of bounds, and now go back to Dixie State with 1:34 left to go. As I do mention again, if you're just tuning in, Dixie State is trailing Colorado Mesa 35-18. Also, Coach J.D. Gusson does not look like he made the road trip up to Colorado this time. Not sure why. I did talk to him. He did not mention it. Hopefully, I can ask him next week why. But Nicole Yancey is going to be the current interim coach for tonight. As there seems to be 1:32 left to go on the clock. It looks like the refs are going to gather up and talk about something. Not sure what it is, but definitely something that is worth talking about. 1:34 left to go in this second quarter. As we'll see what Dixie State wrote up on the board. With 35-18 is the lead. Loftus gives it out to Franks. Over to Pavlica. Pavlica over to Van Kampen. Over to Loftus. Over to Pavlica. She's on the right side of the court. She'll get a foul. Sydney Brand is going to call for her second foul of the afternoon. I believe it might be her third, which is not good. Brand is going to check out of the game. As number 20, Natalie Bartlett, the freshman guard out of Newgensum, Michigan, is going to check into the game now. Van Kampen going to give it off to Pavlica. Pavlica going to try to drive it on the left side. Kick it back over to Morgan Myers. Morgan Myers going to take a three. No good on the left side. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa. Mesa going to bring it up. 35-18, still a 17-point lead here with just a minute left to go. And there looks to be a little scuffle on the ground. They're going to say it belongs to Colorado Mesa as the ball went out of bounds. 58.2 seconds left to go as Rochelle Blaser and Kelsey Stevens are going to check in. May Loftus and Morgan Myers check out. Mesa gets it in. Bartlow gets a screen there by Chandler and Simeon. She's going to take either one. Bartlow going to try to drive it all the way, and it's good. 37-18. The lead is now up to 19. 45 seconds left to go. Rochelle Blaser is going to bring it up. Blaser gets a screen there by Van Kampen. She's going to take a three. No good. Rebound there by Dixie State. Stays with him. Van Kampen gives it back over to Kelsey Stevenson. She's going to take a three. No good. And they are going to give it back over to Colorado Mesa with just 21.9 seconds left to go. Here in this one, it will go back to Colorado Mesa. They have a 19-point lead here, digging in deep on that lead as well as there's 20 seconds left to go here in this first one. As Katrina Chandler is going to bring it down for Colorado Mesa. No good on that one. Van Kampen going to try to push it up. Frank's going to try to get a shot off the buzzer again. It does not work. Colorado Mesa leads this game 37-18 early in this one at the half. They are leading this game by 19. And for right now, Dixie State is going to have a huge hole to dig out of this one as they're trailing the undefeated team. And the only one left in the RMAC standings is Colorado Mesa. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout here on Radio Dixie 91.3. Be right back with more.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3 here on the home of the Trailblazer Nation, We're having a good one here tonight. Colorado Mesa is leading Dixie State 37-18. That is a 19-point lead for the Mavericks here at the halftime show here. Brought to you by Ken Garff Ford Lincoln and Company, and just by Dixie State University and by Radio Dixie 91.3. Everybody's making sure we are on the air tonight. Yeah, we're on the air. Anyway, let's get to this game now. 37-18 is the lead. 19-point lead is for Colorado Mesa. They ended that game. They ended that half with a 14-0 run there. Did not let Dixie State shoot a basket. Dixie State didn't make a basket for 6 whole minutes in that second quarter. Dixie State's going to have to clean up the turnovers. and put some baskets in the bucket. They did have a lot of chances. A lot of their baskets did not go in. They had easy layup shots. They just did not fall in, so they're going to have to fix that up. There's about 10 minutes left to go here in this second half. Let's look at some of the stats from this game as well. When I look at some of the stats here, Dixie State is just not shooting the ball well tonight. They are having a rough stretch. They're 6-26 from the field. They're 2 of 13 from the three-point line. They're 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Now that's a good number, but when you are 2 of 13 from the three-point line and 6 of 26 from the field, just period from the field, you are gonna have a struggling night from the line. It is not even a joke how bad that is. Dixie State's going to have to clean that up. Dixie State's going to have to try to get better shots, the more right shots, instead of just trying to force a lot of bad shots. I've seen that from Dixie State all year today, time and time again. They try to force shots up and in. They try to just make sure buckets go in instead of trying to make the right shot. And Dixie State's going to have to clean that up. Going over to rebound numbers, Colorado Mesa has 20 rebounds while Dixie State has 15. And they're about tied on offensive rebounds. Both teams have 4 rebounds apiece, but defensively, Colorado Mesa just has 16 rebounds and Dixie State has 11. So that's really not much of a difference there, but no lead changes, no ties. Colorado Mesa has had the lead all night tonight. They have not let up on that. It has been a huge momentum change for both teams, as both teams try to get fight back in this game. Also looking at some other numbers, Colorado Mesa has 5 steals in this game while only Dixie State has 1. And blocks are just about the same. Their bench points is something that also comes into play. Dixie State's got 9 bench points, but only to Colorado Mesa's 4. But also another number that's killing Dixie State is the turnovers. They have 7 turnovers in this game. You cannot have a game where you have 7 turnovers in one half. That is going to kill you. Those points will eat up eventually. That is not a good one. They're going to have to clean that up. As I sound like, I'm like, yeah. But points off those turnovers, 7 turnovers for Dixie State, and points off those turnovers, Colorado Mesa was 13 points. It is a huge difference for them. Colorado Mesa's having a perfect game this one. They're shooting 50% from the field. They're shooting 50% from the three-point line. They're 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They're making sure everything works tonight. They have the rebounding numbers. They have the steal numbers. They have the turnover numbers. They have the bench numbers. They have every type of number you can ask from a team in just the first half. Now, Dixie State has been in a lot of deep trouble before. I'll admit that. They were down as much as 14 to Colorado Christian. They lost that game by 17 points in that one, but they were down by 14. They were able to cut that lead down to 4. That was a good stretch for them. In the Regis game where they won that game by 4, they were down as much as 10 in that game, and they were able to come back in that game. Dixie State is not shy of being down. A lot of times they've been down this season. They've been able to come back. We'll see what happens in that one. I also want to mention, tonight for the first time, it looks like in her career, Nicole Yancey, one of the assistant coaches on the team, is the coach tonight. Dixie State's head coach, J.D. Gusson, did not make the Colorado trip. Not sure why. I talked to him this past week. He looked all right. He didn't seem like he was, sick or nothing. He looked like he was in full health, but not sure why he didn't make the trip. Maybe something at home happened. I'm not sure. But Nicole Yancey is one of the coaches tonight. Jonathan Long is her main assistant coach tonight. Of course, Bruno Silvia is the athletic trainer. She is also on the trip for this one. As this tonight will be one of 2 trips. They're going to take a trip to Western Colorado tomorrow to face the Hurricanes up there. That is going to be a good one. We're going to have that game also here at Live on Radio Dixie as well, so stay tuned for that one. Looking across the RMAC right now, New Mexico Highlands and Black Hills State look to be the only game in action as the RMAC has given it to me. Black Hills State is winning that game 38-33. They're 10-5 on the year, as there seems to be other games. I'm going to try to get those games as much as I can here as the stats are starting to work. Let's see. Colorado Christian and Adams State are in action as well. That game is into the fourth quarter with just about 2 minutes left to go. Adams State looks like they're going to get their second win of the year, as they're only 1 of 14 on the year and 1 of 10 in the RMAC. They look to be getting their second win, as they're up 60-45 with just about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. We'll see what happens in that one. Also, Regis and Fort Lewis are in action right now. Fort Lewis all over Regis. They're winning that game 57-38 with just 6 minutes left to go in that fourth quarter as well. We'll keep you posted on that one as we get to the post-game show later in the night. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout here on Radio Dixie 1.3. Be right back. We'll recap a little bit more of this game and get you the start of the second half, plus some second half adjustments for both teams. Going into that second half, we got about 5 minutes left to go here. We're on Radio Dixie 1.3, home of the Trailblazer Nation.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. As we're here live in the studio tonight, St. George, Utah, Dixie State University. A beautiful night out tonight if you're out and about. 37-18 is the lead for Colorado Mesa over Dixie State this game so far, the women's game right now, as we have about 2:45 left to go here in this one before the second half gets underway. 19-point lead for the Mavericks over the Trailblazers. If you're just tuning in, Dixie State, Colorado Mesa in action tonight. A bit of a lopsided game so far, but hopefully, maybe Dixie State can pull an upset tonight and defeat the undefeated Colorado Mesa, who are 11-0 in the RMAC standings and 14-1 overall. That would be a huge win for the program going forward. They're 9-6 on the year. They need to rack up some good wins late to get a good spot in the RMAC tournament standings. Top 5 seeds get the best way to the conference championship and possibly that automatic bid into the Division II March Madness tournament. Hopefully, maybe Dixie State can get into it. Last year, they did not. They only finished 12 of 13 last year. And when they were in the final year of the Pac West, where they made the move over to the RMAC, maybe we can see something change. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm just a hopeful fan. You know, Dixie State Trailblazers fan. It's finishing my first year up here at Dixie State. It's been a fun year, but hopefully something can go right. Some team can stand out. Hopefully it is the women's basketball team, as I am rambling on here. We got about 1:30 left to go. If you are just tuning in, what a game it has been for the Colorado Mesa. And I'm just going to say it right there. For Colorado Mesa, it's been an outstanding game for them. For Dixie State, it has been a struggle all night. Dixie State shooting horribly tonight, and that is an understatement. They're shooting 23% from the field, 6 of 26. They're shooting only 15% from the three-point line, 2 of 13. Only been able to knock down 2 shots, while their opponent tonight is 20th ranked in the country. Colorado Mesa shooting 50% from the field, 14 of 28, and shooting 50% from the three-point line. 6 of 12. Colorado Mesa having one of their best shooting nights of the season. This team is not known for their shooting, and they can't go wrong with their shooting. They can't go wrong with their shooting tonight. They're getting the right passes. They're getting the right plays. They're making the right moves. They're making the right reads. Everything is working for this team tonight. Dixie State's going to have to clean this up. We got about 40 seconds left until this start of the second half. It's going to be a struggle of a battle. But I believe in Dixie State. I do believe in Dixie State. I've always believed in Dixie State. I believe they can come back in this one, make an upset win, try to drive it home for them, try to get to gather some momentum. Going into Western Oregon tomorrow to make the trip from Grand Junction all the way to Gunsville, that is a hard road trip considering that there's been snow all over the place. It was snowing, I believe, in Salt Lake a few days ago. There's snow in Colorado. Obviously, everybody's wearing their big jackets tonight. Hopefully, Dixie State can make the change. We're about to get this second half underway here as Colorado Mesa will have the inbound play here. 10 minutes have been put back on the clock. Let's get this game underway as Sydney Brandon will bring it up for Colorado Mesa. We'll get you the starting lineups as soon as I can. As Rochelle Blash is going to get a turnover there. She's going to bring it up for Dixie State. She's going to take a little jumper, and it's good. 37-20. The lead is now down to 17 as Sydney Brandon, Katrina Brandon, Jalen Duran, Kelsey Simon, and it looks to be Kylan Rigby all on the floor for Colorado Mesa as Dixie State will get yet another turnover over to Morgan Meyer. She thinks about taking a three at the top of the key. She will not. Give it back over to Blazard. I'll get you the starting lineups for Dixie State as a moment as I can. It looks to be Blazard, Stevenson, Van Capen, Franks, and Morgan Myers on the floor for Dixie State as Frank's going to try to drive to the right side. She's going to give it back out to Stevenson. She's going to take a huge deep three. Oh, it rolled in and out. She was at Steph Curry range, and it just rolled out. Colorado Mesa going to bring it up. Rigby on the three-point line. Gives it off to Jalen Duran. Duran going to try to drive away the basket. She loses for a second, and it's going to stay with It's going to stay with Colorado Mesa. Excuse me, because I was rushing my words. Rigby's going to inbound it for Colorado Mesa. 8:51 left to go here in this third one. Turns the ball over yet again. Kelsey Stevenson knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with Colorado Mesa, as there looks to be a water bottle spilled over as the ball went out of bounds. Might have damaged some of the broadcaster's equipment there. Hopefully his stuff is all right, as they're taking a timeout, taking some time to clean that up, as they got the mess all cleaned up now. We get back to playing action here. Sydney Brandon's going to bring it up with Colorado Mesa. Gives it out to Katrina Brandon. She's going to go up hard to the basket. No. And a charging foul is going to get called. Katrina Brandon, going to get called for a charge. Ball will go back to Dixie State. They're down by 17. A long way to go on this one. Katrina Brandon's going to check out. I'll get that sub as fast as I can to you as I can. It's her third foul of the afternoon. Loftus now checks into the game. It looks like she took out Michelle Blazard. Van Cape going to give it out to Franks. Franks giving it out to Loftus. Loftus, no, she couldn't get the bucket up. As it looks like number 12, Sierra Nicole is going to check into the game now for Katrina Brandon for Colorado Mesa. As I slowly said that. I don't know why. Duran's going to take a three. No, out. Rebounded there by Dixie State. Kelsey Stevens going to get credit for the rebound. Pavlika going to try to drive over the basket. She checks into the game now as well. She looks like she took out Allie Franks. Van Came going to line up for a little jumper there. No, she can't get it in. No, excuse me. She checked out Morgan Myers. Duran over to Sydney Brandon. Back to Duran. Back to Brandon. Playing hot potato with the basketball. Rigby over to Simeon. Simeon going to take a three, and it's good. 40-20 is the lead now. It is a 20-point lead, the largest lead of the night. 7:29 left to go here in this third. Pavlica over to Franks. Over to Van Capen. Over to Loftus. Playing hot potato as well with the basketball. Van Capen on the free throw line. She gives it off to Loftus. Going to take a deep three, and it's good. She makes it from Steph Curry range. It looked like a 35-footer there. She cuts the lead back to 17. 7:06 left to go here. Brandon going to bring it down. Gives it off to Nicole. Back to Durant. Back over to Brandon. Back over to Nicole. She's at the top of the key. Over to Rigby. Rigby going to drive it all the way to the basket. No good, but she'll get a foul. She'll get shots there. She'll get foul shots. She's going to go to the line. Looks like Manny Loftus is going to get called for the foul. That's her first of the night. Rigby on the year, 71%. Loftus. Rigby going to line it up. And it's no good. No good. I repeated myself there. Rigby only has 2 points on the night. Rigby, no, she's not good on the second one. Rebound there by Dixie State, and it will stay with Colorado Mesa as there's an over the back foul. Over the back foul is called against Dixie State. Rigby going to inbound it. No, she turns the ball over, but Brandon's going to get it right back. Duran on the left side. Back over to Duran back over to Nicole. And it looks like, is the basket going to count? I did not mean to laugh. I just lost track there a little quick. As Brandon threw a pass all the way in the inside of the paint over to Nicole, and she almost got the bucket. Is Nicole going to try again for a basket? She's good on her second try. Sierra Nicole is going to get credit for her second basket of the night. Loftus going to give it back over to Franks. Franks going to try to drive it, and it's good. 42-25. The lead is back down to, lead is now 15. As Nicole is going to get credit for her third bucket. Excuse me. Lead was 17, now it's back to 19. 45-25. 44-25. Ugh. Having a rough night tonight. 5:56 left to go here in the third one. Pavlica going to take a little jumper. No good. Rebound there by Nicole. Gives it out to Brandon. Mesa's going to bring it up. Over to Simi. Over to Duran. Duran going to try to drive it. No. Kelsey Stevens going to get called for the push foul, and that will be her first foul of the afternoon as Cameron Mooney checks in for Lisa Van Capen. Cameron Mooney getting limited time this season. She's not played more than about 5 minutes in a game. Hopefully her numbers will go up sometime in the future. Hopefully that probably will happen with Lisa Van Capen graduating this year. As she is one of the two seniors, as Lisa Van Capen is one of the two seniors on this team. As Brandon's going to try to drive it. No. Rebound there by Cameron Mooney of Dixie State. Mallory Richardson and Lisa Van Capen are the only seniors on this team as Loftus tried to drive it to the basket. No, it's no good. Rebounded there by Colorado Mesa. Only two seniors on this team. This team is mostly with a lot of undergrads, with a little bit more juniors, freshmen, and sophomores eating up most of the roster as Colorado Mesa will turn over. Brandon was trying to connect with Duran. A lot more leadership is going to come next year with there looks to be about 5 juniors on this team. 5 juniors, 5 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and 2 seniors eat up this roster for Dixie State. Hopefully, all this learning will eat up more. We'll just keep getting into their brain as Loftus gets the screen there by Cameron Mooney. Trying to drive it all the way around. Gives it back to Kelsey Stevenson. Back over to Loftus. As that leadership grows, and hopefully it works out, hopefully it doesn't, as Dixie State got a little shot over there. Kelsey Stevenson missed a little jumper and rebound there by Colorado Mesa. Anderson now checks into the game for Colorado Mesa. Duran going to take a shot, 3, and it's good. 47-25. The lead is now 22. Pavlica gives it out to Mooney. Back over to Loftus. Loftus going to try to drive it. No. She ran into Rigby hard. She was trying to kick the ball out over to Franks for an open 3. As there's a media timeout right now with 4:12 left to go here in this third quarter. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout here on Radio Dixie 91.3. Be right back with more.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3 as we get this game underway again as Dixie State will get out of the inbound play. While we were away, Colorado Mesa got it in, turned the ball over, now giving back over to Dixie State. Pavlica will get a little screen there by Cameron Mooney. Cameron Mooney going to try to drive it all the way to the basket. She gets a good bucket there. 47-27 is the lead. 3:57 left to go here. In this third quarter. We still got another whole quarter coming up with 10 minutes left to go here as we're just eating up this third quarter. Colorado Mesa leads it by 20. Now by 22 is number 33, Tori Catlett, checks back into the game. She'll get her second bucket of the afternoon. Cameron Mooney gives it back over to Loftus. Back over to Pavlica. Back over to Franks. Franks going to try to drive it. No, but a foul is going to be called. Allie Franks looks like she's going to go to the line. Franks is going to go to the line. She hasn't taken any free throws. She's taking 1 for 2 tonight. Hopefully she can knock them both down. No, she won't get the second one. As Mallory Richardson will check into the game now. And also Mariah Martin. I was told she wasn't ready for another week, but surprise, surprise, Mariah Martin is now on the court. It is 49-28. I've been misled there with a 21-point lead there by Colorado Mesa. Turnover there, but no, a kick ball there as Allie Franks got called for it. I talked to Coach J.D. Gusson this week. He told me, she won't be ready until about the next home stretch. And they were hoping she would come back for that home stretch. She looked okay in practice. I didn't think she was perfect. But my, oh my, was I misled, and now she's in the game now. Hopefully Mariah Martin can get this game underway. As I keep rambling on about it. 51-28, 2:53 left to go here as Colorado Mesa leads it by 25. Franks trying to drive it. No, kicks it back over to Pavlica. Pavlica back over to Franks. Franks going to take a 3. No, rolls in and out. 51-28, 2:33 left to go. Chandler going to bring it down. As Colorado Mesa going to try to eat some time up here. Nicole gives it back off to Anderson. Back over to Nicole. She's wide open. No, she gives it back off to Chandler, Nicole was not guarded by anybody. If Nicole just turns around, she's got an open, easy basket there. Ball will be turned over, and will give back over to Dixie State as Mariah Martin will bring it down for Dixie State. Gives the ball to Allie Franks. Back over to Mariah Martin. Back over to Van Capen. And there's going to be a foul called on the floor. Looks like it's going to go against Katrina Chandler of Colorado Mesa. It will be an inbound play as Kelsey Simons will check into the game now for Colorado Mesa. Our team trying to get off to Van Capen. Van Capen going to try to do a little shuffle move to the basket. No good. But she's going to get a foul called again. That's going to stay with Dixie State. Number 12, Sierra Nicole gets called for her second foul of the afternoon. Van Capen, she's 1 for 2 at the line today. Shoots it. It's good. 1:51 left to go here in this 1:51 left to go here in this third quarter. Van Capen lines up for the second one. It's good. 51-30 as now Dixie State will be in the bonus. They'll be shooting free throws for the rest of the night. Kelsey Stevenson checks back into the game. As Nicole is going to get her fourth basket of the afternoon. That's 8 points for her. She gives Katrina's Brandon a break. Katrina's got 3 fouls on the afternoon. We'll see if Katrina Brandon comes back in this one. Mariah Martin gets it back out to Franks. Franks going to take a deep three. No good. Rebound there by Jalen Duran of Colorado Mesa. She'll bring it up. Gives it up to Chandler. Mariah Martin guarding her. Chandler going to try to drive it on the left side. Back over to Simon. Simon's going to take a three. No good. And it's going to stay with Colorado Mesa as it went off of Kelsey Stevenson there on, Mallory Richardson. Ugh. A rough night tonight. As Mariah Martin will guard up Chandler. Chandler trying to do a couple shooting moves. She can't get away from Martin. Martin keeping her in. 15 seconds left to go. There's 30 seconds left to go in this third one. Chandler going to take a three. No good. Rebound there. Nobody will get the rebound, but the ball will go out of bounds off of Anderson of Colorado Mesa, and the ball will go back to Dixie State. 25 seconds left to go. Mariah Martin looking to the bench for signals. Shot clock is turned off. 53 to 30, 23-point lead here for Colorado Mesa. Van Capen got the ball. She's going to do a little shimmy move to the basket. No, she'll get the foul called. She's going to shoot for 2. Simon's going to get called for her second foul of the afternoon. Van Capen will go back to the line. She's 3 for 4 on the night. Capen lines it up, and it's good. 53-31. 22-point lead here. Van Capen lines it up again, and it's good. 53-32. Chandler going to try to take a shot. No, she gets it back up to Duran. They got 4 seconds left to go on the clock. Back over to Simon. She's going to take a three, and it's good before the buzzer. 56-32. The lead is now 24. Highest lead, second highest lead of the afternoon. They led this game by 25 as well. As Katrina Brandon and Cindy Brandon will check back into this game as well. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout here on Radio Dixie 91.3 and be right back with more.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Back to Radio Dixie 91.3. Fourth and final quarter underway here on Radio Dixie 91.3. A good game tonight so far for one team. Another team has been a kind of a lopsided game. Hopefully there's something good can come out of tonight, as Colorado Mesa will start the ball coming out of this one. 9:50 left to go on this one. 56-32 is the lead for Colorado Mesa over Dixie State. Dixie State will be shooting free throws for the rest of the night. They have a bonus. That is the only upside they have right now. Sydney Brennan brings it up. She's at the top of the key. Gives it off to Anderson. Tries to feed it into Simons and does not work. He'll go out of bounds and go back to Dixie State. As I mentioned before, the bonus is the only good thing that's been going for Dixie State. They've had a good night on the line, but everywhere else has just been flat. They're shooting under 20% from the three-point line. They're shooting under 30% from the field. And the only upside, again, is just from the free throw line, where they're shooting 76% from the night. So hopefully something can change for tomorrow. Lisa Van Capen's going to try to fight for a basket, and she will get one. 56-34. The lead is now 22 with just 9 minutes left to go. 8:56 left to go. Brandon trying to make a couple moves there. She gives it out to Rigby. Back over to Simons. Back over to Duran. Duran going to try to drive it. No good. Gets it off there, but off of Sydney Brandon. She tried to come in for a rebound. It's going to stay with Dixie State. Loftus. Bring it up. She gets a little screen there by Van Capen, and the basket is good. 56-36. The lead is now 20. 8:26 left to go here. Brandon being guarded by Loftus. Loftus all over her. As there's a fight for the ball, it'll be a jump ball, and it looks like it's going to stay with Colorado Mesa. The 5 on the floor for Dixie State is Myers, Van Capen, Pavlica, and Franks. 5 for Colorado Mesa is Duran. Both Brandons, Sanders, and it looks to be Rigby. Pavlica will bring it up. She turns the ball over to there. Brandon's going to try to get it. No, she'll give it right back over. Pavlica going to bring it up. She's going to try to drive it. She's at the top of the key. Sets it up again. Myers now has it. She's going to try it all the way to the basket. No, kicks it back out of Van Cape. Van Cape going to try to drive. She's going to take a little jumper. No, rolls in and out, but Franks gets the rebound. Franks goes back up. No good there again. Katrina Brandon is going to get credit for the rebound. Sends a full court pass to Simons, and it won't work. Brandon being guarded by Loftus. Getting over to Brandon. Back over to Duran. Duran going to take a 3. No good. And it's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with Colorado Mesa. 7:05 left to go. Rigby going to inbound it. Gives out to Simon. Simon's going to take a little jumper. No good. Rebounded by Lonnie Pavlica. 7 minutes left to go. Pavlica going to bring it down. Screen there by Van Cape. Pavlica get a shot up. No good. But Pavlica going to go to the line. Pavlica going to the line this afternoon. 2 for 2 on the afternoon so far. She's 3 for 3 again. 56-37. The lead is now down to 19. Pavlica going to shoot it up. It's good. 56-38. The lead is now down to 18 with just 6:48 left to go. Rigby going to bring it up. Gives it out to Sydney Brandon. Brandon going to try to make a couple moves, but there will be a foul called on the floor. Loftus going to get called for her first foul of the afternoon. 6:38 left to go. 56-38. Katrina Brandon gets out to Sydney Brandon. Brandon's sisters working very well with each other this afternoon. So they're going to just try to drive some time off this clock. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Duran. Going to try to make a couple moves. She goes to the basket. No good. Rebounded by Lisa Van Capen. Going to be brought out by Pavlica. Bring it down for Dixie State. Van Capen going to take it 58-38. The lead's back to 20. Back over to Franks. Back over to Loftus. And Sydney Brandon's going to knock it out of bounds. Loftus going to bring it up. 5:19 left to go here in this one. I remind you, right after this game, there's going to be about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to get a 10-minute pregame in, and then a game between the men of Colorado Mesa and the men of Dixie State. We're going to get that game live to you as soon as this one's over. 5 minutes left to go as Colorado Mesa will get it off a turnover there by Dixie State. Brandon being guarded by Blasher. Michelle Blasher now checks into the game. 3 up, and it's rolling in and out, and it's good. Goes in after a couple bounces. 61-38. The lead is now up to 23. Michelle Blasher gives out to Van Capen. She's thinking about a 3. No, she doesn't take it. Back over to Stevenson. Back over to Van Capen. Over to Franks. Frank's looking around. She's trying to take a little jumper. No, she thinks twice. Back over to Stevenson. Stevenson thinking about taking a jumper. No, back over to Frank. She's going to try to drive it over the basket. And it's good. 61-40. The lead is back to 21. 4 minutes left to go here. Sydney Brandon being guarded by Rochelle Blaser. Double team now. Over to Katrina Brandon. Back over to Sydney Brandon. Over to Duran. Back over to Brandon. Back over to Duran. Duran going to take a three. No, no good. And it's going to go over to Dixie State. Timeout is called by Dixie State. We're going to take a step away from this one. 60-second timeout. We're going to be back right here on Radio Dixie 91.3, home of the Trailblazer Nation.
It's back to the action for DSU Athletics, brought to you by Ken Garff St. George Ford Lincoln. We now return you to Dixie State Athletics.
Welcome back to Radio Dixie 91.3. As we're winding down the last few minutes of this women's game between Colorado Mesa, the Mavericks, and the Dixie State Lady Trailblazers, as Colorado Mesa leads this game 61-40. If you're just joining us, the lead has been up and down all afternoon. Biggest lead was up to about 25, and now it's just 21 as Rochelle Blaser is going to bring it up for Dixie State here. As we'll get the last few minutes of this second part of the second half over with just about 3:36 left to go in this one. Blaser's going to inbound it. Looking around, and she'll give it out to Van Capen. Over to Pavico. Pavico getting a little screen there by Van Capen. She's going to get it away, basket all the way. No. 61-40, 3:26 left to go. Blaser all over Sydney Brandon. Double team made, no. For 23, Kelly Van Tassel checks into the game now. As Colorado Mesa is going to take a 30-second timeout here as they do. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here real quick. We just came back from the break. But, again, if you're just tuning in, a bit of a lopsided game today. Not really much of today. It's been really dominated all day by Colorado Mesa. Had a lead all night, has not given it up at all. Again, I did mention Coach J.D. Gusson did not make the trip up to Colorado this time. He did make the trip last time. I did talk to him the other day. He said he was all right, had nothing wrong with him, and then all of a sudden I look at the bench and Assistant Coach Nicole Yancey, been a long-time assistant coach on this coaching staff, is taking the reins over tonight. And not sure why Coach J.D. Gusson didn't make the Colorado trip. Hopefully he's all right. I'll talk to him again next Monday and see what has happened, but did not make the trip up. Dixie State is again being coached under Nicole Yancey, one of the longtime assistant coaches on this coaching staff, along with Coach Jonathan Long. And Bruna Sylvia are on the bench tonight of Dixie State. As now we're getting back in action. Rigby going to try to drive it over the basket, and it's good. 3 minutes left to go and counting. 63-40 is the lead. Their foul will be called against Colorado Mesa. As number 12, Sierra Nicole will check into the game. Also, Katrina Chandler will check into the game as well. Looks like Stevenson, Loftus, Havlicka, Van Caven, and Franks are the 5 on the floor for Dixie State. Rigby, Sanders, Chandler, Nicole, and Tassel are on the floor for Colorado Mesa. Another foul is called. There will be an inbound play yet again. 63-42 is the lead. 2:39 left to go here in the fourth. Loftus guarding up Chandler. 2:30 left to go. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Chandler just wasting some time. She's on the top of the key. Now gives it out to Anderson. Anderson looking around. There's only 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Chandler going to line up for a three. No good. Rebounded there by Nicole of Colorado Mesa. She tries to fight. She gives it off. Back over to Rigby. Back over to Chandler. 2 minutes left to go here. The lead is still 63-42. Stevenson now all over her. All over Chandler, excuse me. Chandler over to Nicole. Over to Tassel. Tassel gonna try to drive it. No, she gets back off to Anderson. No, she thinks about driving. No, she loses the ball there. Pavliga will get the ball. 1:40 left to go. Pavliga trying to make a little double move there. No. She tries to drive it. No good. Franks will try to get a bucket up. No. 1:30 left to go. Anderson. Excuse me, Chandler. Guarded up by Loftus. Nicole gonna try to drive it all the way. No, she gets her shot blocked. Tassel now gives it back out to Chandler, and she'll score a bucket. 1 minute left to go and counting. 65-42. Lead is now back up to 23. Stevenson will get it. Back over to Loftus. Loftus is going to take a three. No, it's just go out of bounds. Colorado Mesa is going to bring it up. 65-42. 23-point lead here as the last few seconds are going to run down. 30 seconds left to go in this one. Dixie State trying to make something happen, but it's a little bit too late in this one, sadly. Mesa turns it over with the last few seconds. It is 20 seconds left to go here. 65-42. Over to Pavliga, and there seems to be another issue, but they're going to give it right back over. Dixie State. Loftus is going to bring it in. Loftus. 15 seconds left to go. Gets a little screen there by Van Capen. Back over to Van Capen. Van Capen going to line up for a three. No good. 7 seconds left to go. As Colorado Mesa is going to play hot potato the last few seconds here. As the final seconds roll off of this one, it is all marked up in this one. 65-42 is the win for Colorado Mesa. They'll go to 15-1 on the year, 12-0 in the RMAC to stand with. Dixie State's going to fall to 9-7 overall in their year, and they're going to fall to 5-7 in the RMAC for them. Let's wrap this game up just real quick here. As the final stats and scores coming to this one. If you're just tuning in, Dixie State and Colorado Mesa were in action this afternoon. 65-42 is a win for Colorado Mesa. Again, they'll go to 15-1 on the year. They'll go 12-0 in the RMAC this season so far, as they'll ride all that momentum as much as they can to the RMAC tournament, which is just less than 2 months away. Some stats from the game. Dixie State did not shoot the ball well at all today. They were all over the place with their shooting. They were 14 of 52, 26% from the field. They were 3 of 21 behind the line. They were 14% from there. But a good little note, and the only good little note, they were 11 of 14 from the free throw line. They shot the ball 78%. Rebound-wise, Colorado Mesa out-rebounded them 41-26. Most of those coming off defensive rebounds, and a few of them coming off of offensive rebounds. Again, not a good game for Dixie State tonight. They had no control. They had nothing going for them right for today. Turnover-wise, Colorado Mesa did have a little bit more turnovers. They had 12 turnovers, while Dixie State had 8. But points off of turnovers, Colorado Mesa has 16, while Dixie State only had 9. Those points came in really big in this afternoon. There was just no momentum from Dixie State this afternoon. They looked sluggish. They looked flat. They did not have their shooting tonight. They were all up and beat. They were trying to get the game going back. They got this lead down to 2, and they were not able to get over that hump. From then on out, it was a onslaught. It was not even close, with assists going over to Colorado Mesa as well. Colorado Mesa had 19 assists, while Dixie State only had 7 assists on the night. Again, nothing went right for them as well. We got to name a player of the game for this one, and for Dixie State, player of the game would be Allie Frank. She had the most points on the night. She had 8 points and 1 rebound in this game today. She was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. She was 0 of 2 from the three-point line. She was 3 of 9 from the field this afternoon. being that she was the best player on the Dixie State team today, she'll get the credit for being a player of the game for that team. From Colorado Mesa, it has to go to Kylie Simon. She had 20 points on the night, 20 points, 1 rebound. But to turn it over to a little bit, Jalen Durant has 17 points on the night. She was 4 of 12 from the three-point line, but 1 for 1 from the free throw line. That does a little matter. She was 6 of 17 from the field today. She was shooting the ball well as she could today. There you go for your players of the game. Upcoming schedules for both teams as we look at this. For Colorado Mesa, tomorrow they'll be hosting Westminster, the second best team in the RMAC. Westminster is 10-1 on the year in the RMAC this year. That's going to be a good game for them. That's going to continue a 2 out of 4 home game stretch for them. They're going to also play Colorado Christian Regis next week at home as well before they got to go back on the road. But for Dixie State, their schedule stands at, they got West Colorado tomorrow. We're going to have that game live here on Radio Dixie 91.3 as well. Then they come home for a 4-game stretch at home. They're going to see Fort Lewis, Adams State, and we're going to see Western Colorado and Colorado Mesa again. We're going to see them again. Hopefully we get a little bit of a rematch this time. This time it'll go our way considering we're at home. We're going to use that to our advantage. All the fans are going to come out for that one. It is going to be an awesome game. But to wrap this up real quick, again, Colorado Mesa wins this game 65 to 42. Excuse me, I got the score almost wrong there. Colorado Mesa wins this game by 23 points. Again, they go 15-1 on the year. They'll go to 12-0 in the RMAC. Dixie State's going to drop to 9-7 on the year and 5-7 in the RMAC standings. Thank you for listening to this one. We're going to take a quick 5-minute timeout here and then be right back with the start of the game between the men of Colorado Mesa and the men of Dixie State here on Radio Dixie 91.3.
You've been listening to Dixie State Athletics on Radio Dixie 91.3, brought to you by Ken Garv St. George Ford Lincoln. For more information on Dixie State Athletics, DixieStateAthletics.com. Thanks for listening to Radio Dixie 91.3.